So welcome back, everybody, to Studio 39 with another episode of Spotlight 39. I got my man Manny Patterson. I won't do too much of explaining his story. I'll let him share that. But everybody's got a story to tell, like I say every time, and obviously his is going to be a little bit different than what we've heard. And I'll open it up to him, let him introduce himself formally, and then tell us a little bit about himself. It's all you, my man.
Hey, what's good, everybody? As he said, I'm Manny Patterson, former Black Bear to the end, though, but former Black Bear player at the University of Maine. Was starting corner there for the last 4 years since my freshman year. Uh, Going back to how I even got in that position, to even be playing at the University of Maine. I'll go back to be me being in high school. I went to Mount St. Joe High School, right in Baltimore, Maryland. I went there my freshman year, which was in 2012, I believe.
Okay.
Uh, I came in there, just, I felt like I was any kid at the time, just trying to be on the football team in high school, this, that, and the third. So, that whole process of, being a young freshman in high school and, trying to make yourself known and, at that time, I honestly wasn't as good as, the player I am today. I was
Sure, sure.
like, I was definitely like, that young kid, like real raw, everything else.
Did you go into high
Uh,
school, playing DB, or that kind of come,
I came
after you
in
started?
high school. Yeah, I came in rec league in middle school and stuff. I had played like outside linebacker and like running back for real.
Okay,
So I remember when I came to my high school, Mount St. Joe, my coach had asked me like what position I played. I told him running back. He just told me, he said, we're gonna put you at corner. So I was like, all right, like it wasn't really no option. So from there I started looking up corners, DB drills, DB like best DBs, like on some young stuff, just trying to figure out like who the top dogs were at this time, like everything, like just trying to learn as much as I could about the DB position because like I said, I never played it before.
sure,
So
sure.
yeah, my freshman year, I wouldn't say it was the greatest, I definitely had a lot of improving I had to do out of my freshman year in high school. I was on the JV team. One thing about my freshman year is you hear because I felt like I wasn't as good as I was now, and like I was, lower skill wise. You hear a lot of people that want to talk down on you and like be like, yeah, you're not good, this, that, and the third. So even from a youngin, that was something that like irked me a little bit. So it's like, I know I can be good, so I gotta prove myself right. I just gotta get right. So I started training, like actually putting in time, effort, and everything like that. Uh, After my freshman year, so I really would say my work ethic really like started to increase and pick up like right after my freshman season in high school. So I said from sophomore year to senior year, I was really just working like giving everything I could to the game during all season. I met with a trainer named Courtney Green. I still work out with him to this day. Uh, he's an ex NFL safety for the played for the Seahawks and for the Jaguars. So that was my trainer from sophomore year to now. You
Okay,
know, going behind him and sticking to the workout plans he gave me. I just started seeing my game and my level start to increase as each year high school and on. Like I started seeing myself making bigger plays and being a bigger impact to the team and saying a third. So when it came down to around my senior year, junior, senior, year, and it came down to recruitment. My after my junior year, I had a real good junior year in my in high school. Still had no offers at the time though. So before junior year, I was going to all these different camps. West Virginia camp, North Carolina, NC State camps. Just any camp nearby, Temple camp, whatever.
Sure,
Just
sure.
trying to get my name out. Got no offers.
And that was
Uh,
after your junior year, going into senior,
this was going into my junior year.
going into
Uh,
junior. Okay.
Still no offers. So then junior year going into my senior year, I did the same thing, just hitting up like endless camps. I hit up like a Rutgers camp, a West Virginia camp again. I even had a Monmouth camp. Um, just going anywhere that like somebody wanted me. So uh, one camp before it was a Rutgers camp that I went to before my senior year in high school. I went there and I had showed out, but one thing about me is a lot of recruiters ain't like my size, they ain't like my height.
Right, right.
I'm on the shorter end of things, so it was another DB there at the Rutgers camp that was he was doing his thing too. But it's like I was clearly like the better one, but they was trying to look past me just because of my height.
Right, right.
Um, so I'm looking at him get offered by Rutgers, somebody else getting offered. I'm like, I'm clearly better, or at least on the same level. But I thought I was better than these dudes, and they out here getting offers, and I'm just getting like, look, but like, you feel me? Look the side. So Maine was actually at that camp. Maine still didn't talk to me yet, but Maine was at that camp.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so that's how my Maine first seen me. So
And at that point, Coach H wasn't head coach yet, right? So
nah,
he was probably there. Was he the one that was
he
there probably? I'll say because I know he has
he
ties in
was
New Jersey. So
his Coach H was there and Coach Burkett was there. Who
okay,
all name me now. But man, what happened? Oh yeah. So when I got my first offer, it was from the Naval Academy. They
okay,
had invited me out for a junior day. So I came out there, me and my mom went out there. That's right in Annapolis, Maryland. That wasn't that far away. So me and my mom went out there. Near the end of that junior day visit, they gave me an offer. Literally like 4 days later, Army gave me an offer. About 2 weeks later, um, UPenn gave me an offer in Pennsylvania. UPenn, Ivy
yeah, yeah,
League. Yeah, they gave me an offer. Then Holy Cross gave me an offer in Massachusetts. And then last school to give me an offer was Manny.
oh wow,
Yeah, they sent me a DM. Coach McCat sent me a DM. He said, call me. Think we might have a spot for you. Called him up. He gave me the offer. So, I ain't gonna lie, I immediately ruled out Army Navy because I was like, I'm not no military kid.
right, right, right,
That's not me. And then UPenn, Ivy League don't give full scholarships. They only give like partial and this and that. Third. My thing was like, I don't want to make because my mom and parents had paid for my high school, Mount St. Joe. That was a private school,
right,
so
right.
I had them pay for college. So like that kind of ruled out UPenn for me as well. So my really only two options was Holy Cross and Maine.
Okay, both had
So
full offers on the table for you.
hmm?
Both have full offers on the table for you.
Yeah, it was both full office.
Okay,
So those was my real only top two offers. Like I said, the other three I was never going to go to. So I remember one weekend, my my mom and my dad and me, I had got invited to a Michigan football game.
okay,
As a recruit. So at this time, I'm like on the fed up end of things. I'm like, I'm tired of going to these schools and camps and not picking on no offer. Like, I ain't never talked to a Michigan coach in my life. Like, you feel me? They just sent me an invite to the game. Like, I'm not trying to go. Like, they not gonna give me no mind. They just like I never talked to a Michigan coach. Like, I had no type of confidence that they was going to even like recruit me. Like, I wasn't trying to go at all.
so it
And
wasn't
my
it wasn't
my
even
dad
it was an official visit, right? It was just an invite to the game.
It wasn't official. It was just a game invite. So I'm
Okay,
not gonna go. Like I haven't talked to no coaches from there. Like on a personal tip to let me know that they're interested. But my mom, my dad wanted me to go so bad. But so we went. And just like how I said, ain't no coach pay me no mind. Like
really?
I was just there. Like, just like how I told him it was going to be. And I told you I didn't want to go. I'm about to just commit to Maine. Like, on the way back, I was like, I'm about to just commit to Maine because I'm tired of this and I don't want no scholarship to be left from me. Like, Maine was like the best option. Because another thing with Holy Cross too, Holy Cross and like my SAT scores either.
Okay.
So like I was like, I'm not about to keep me taking the SAT test to go to Holy Cross when I got Maine. That's gonna take me. You know what I mean? I liked the Maine energy during my official visit. You know, my official visit was all cool, all great vibes. So I was like, I ain't even taking an official visit to Holy Cross, no other school, honestly. So I'm like, Maine look like the best school I'm connect with on the ride home from Michigan back to Baltimore. I just saw Coach Burkett. I told him I'm committing like that. So I don't lose this scholarship. I can secure myself in it's still D1 AA. I can prove myself here, just like that. So,
Oh, that's huge, man.
my
So,
recruitment,
so mom and dad
yeah,
was proud, right?
yeah, it was
And
definitely proud.
proud, and a little happy they ain't have to come out of pocket again, right? Shoot, man,
Exactly.
college ain't cheap.
Not at all.
And I'm sure
Not at all.
private school. I
Especially
know private schools aren't cheap either, man. I know Darius. He was considering reclassing and going to Fork Union, for the prep program. And I mean, just that alone was like 25 racks or so. I mean, and that
all
was
right.
that was 6 months for a prep program. Like it was just it's kind of outrageous. So now that's big, man. So once you called Coach Burkett, right? What did that conversation look like? Was that short and
When I
sweet?
called him,
Saying I'm committing, or
it was pretty short. It was definitely pretty short. I had told him like what it was and how I'm trying to commit. He told me he was going to email me more information this and the third. That he was real happy to have me on as a black bear at that time. I definitely remember it wasn't like too much of an in depth. Like we had more conversations throughout, but like that original conversation, it wasn't really too long. It was like a 5 minute conversation of that.
I got you. And that was going into your senior year, right?
That
Or was
was,
or was that officially after, like
I
during
think,
your senior year?
my senior year.
Okay.
Yeah, that was after my senior year.
Okay, good deal. So obviously transitioning from high school to college. I mean, you going to a private school is probably a little more similar than public. Most public schools, but I could be wrong. You fill in the gaps. But how was the transition getting on campus? What did it look like? For you going from high school, going in as a running back, linebacker. Them saying, hey, you probably are better fit at DB, and then ultimately you showed out your junior year, got the scholarship offer, accepted, went to Maine. Walk me through life at on campus.
Yeah, freshman year it was definitely like I never had been that far away from home before by myself. So like freshman year it was like definitely like a big change, culture shock too, coming from where I'm from and then going up to Maine. So it was definitely just like big change and transition. But one thing about Maine I always say is like if you go up there with a goal, like and you put your mind to it and do what you gotta do, you can achieve it. Because it's like it's not really a lot of distractions up there.
Oh,
So
heck,
that's another
there
thing
ain't
I like
nothing to
about
do up there, that's for sure.
exactly. So it's like I was so like bored with nothing to do. It was like I might as well just lock in, learn my plays, and stand there and do what I gotta do. Just be on my stuff. So, freshman year, I remember doing the whole recruitment process. Coach Burkett, like the other coaches were talking on the terms of like he would probably be a red shirt if he came here, type deal.
Okay.
That was like they vibe that they was giving off. So like I came there, I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm just about to be my red shirt year. Like, I'm about to just be cool and the whole year type deal. I'm just had to do my scouting. Man, I tell you, I came in the summer, probably like July, then in August when camp started. Within like the first week, like two or three corners just dropped. Like
Wow.
like that, and I was the starting corner.
Drop from injury or just drop like it wasn't for them. They rolled out.
Yeah, nah, injury.
Oh wow.
Yeah, then like the first week, 2 weeks, and then like I came from being like the third string to the starter, and I'm like, I thought I was red shirt, but all right, maybe this is just for camp. Like
Sure.
I'm just starting camp, wait for them to get healthy, then I'm gonna just go back to my red shirt and stuff. So, but I ain't gonna lie, I was strapping during camp. Like I was out there strapping during camp my freshman year. So when it was time for like the corners that was hurt, like when they had healed, like it was like I had already solidified my spot as a starting corner. Um,
Okay.
by the time it was like the first game, like it didn't even hit me until the night that we was in a hotel at the start of the first game. I was like, oh wait, like I'm actually starting. I was like, oh snap. But yeah, like freshman year was all. I feel like my freshman year was all just like a learning experience of how this whole college football thing goes down. How you gotta have your mind in the right spot. It's really no time for f ups or any kind of mistakes. And if you do, you gotta take it to the chin like a man. And
Right, right.
like go through obstacle like that in college football. If you take an L, you mess up, like you gotta take that to the chin on yourself as a man. That's another thing I love about football is it teaches you how to be a man too.
Oh yeah. Now make you grow up quick. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
for
for sure.
sure.
In his 2 short weeks, from when he got there in July, in his 2 short weeks, man, like we talked back and forth, and he was just talking about how much bigger he felt he was getting already, like how
Hmm.
much more intense it was in high school. Like it was night and day difference. Just like you said,
Yeah,
not just a culture shock, but like I mean, it was a body shock because, in high school, I mean, he was very well in shape, obviously, but man, he said, he ain't never hit the weights that hard.
it definitely pick up. Like that's another thing they called me was like the speed of things. Like everything be fast tempo. Everything be fast tempo. But
Yeah.
as I said, that's how freshman year was. Sophomore year was kind of like getting into more of my comfort zone, I would say. And then junior year, I would say that was my breakout year. Same way how it was with me in high school.
So junior year 2018, right? Obviously a
Mhm.
very special, season
Best,
for
best
those
team,
that were involved.
best team you made history stamp.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so talk to me a little bit about, what that 2018 season, meant to you specifically. You said it was your breakout year, right? Obviously
Yeah.
I was there for a handful of games. I got to witness, a hell of amount of plays that probably shouldn't have happened, but by the grace of the good Lord, they happened.
All
And
right.
you guys, on both sides of the ball, man, just showed out more ways than one could imagine. So walk me through a little bit of that 2018 season and
It's
what it meant to you.
definitely different from saying you had a great year and you don't got nothing to back it up. But and then saying you had like a great year and you got accolades to back it up. Going All American, making first team All Conference, winning a conference championship. Going to the semifinals and the playoffs. Beating top ranked teams in the playoffs.
Knocking
Being
off FCS squad. Should have had the
so
second FCS victory that season.
being
Came
down,
down to the
being down
wire.
being down 21 zip to a FBS team. It's like
That was
you know,
something special.
everything about that season. You can say that you contributed a positive uh, component to the victory and the how the team was doing. It definitely is a different kind of feeling than just saying that she was on the team. So, and especially me being able to say that was probably my best season, like collegiately, definitely means a lot. That defense was insane. That was like prime black hole, if you ask me. Like we
Oh
was
yeah.
all, and yeah, that was definitely my favorite team. I love that team for sure. Not saying I didn't love the other teams, before, but
It was a special year, you know. So that brotherhood was, you know, unbreakable, man. You know, you guys
exactly.
had a hell of a lot of talent on both sides of the ball, man. And it's great to see, you know, that a handful of folks are you know pursuing their passion in different avenues. Obviously, you know, we had some that transferred out, went to other programs, you know, for their reasons, and then you know, obviously, we had a couple that graduated. I think what Sheffield and Micah Wright. I think they both play in the CFL, right? So,
Hmm.
you know, they're doing their thing. Then, you know, we got our man Ernest Edwards, you know. He
Oh
went
yeah,
you know, he went and showed out, you know, with the LA Rams, and then obviously you got the call, what, probably about a month or so ago now. If you want to walk us through what that looked like.
yeah. That whole experience was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, as you know, the end of my senior year, that's when I had torn my ACL. So like, when that had first happened, I was like, like I don't know what's gonna happen with the league, this, that, and the third. Just like doubting myself, the whole situation. I was like that for probably like a cool 3 months, not 3 months, like 3 weeks to a month after I had originally got hurt. Then I had to hop on my bully and like fix my whole mental and like how I was going about the situation and trying to be down on myself. And like I said, I just got to work like 2 months out of surgery, like walking. Like I just started putting in the work. Like I still couldn't do, football stuff, but I could
Sure.
still, try to get my power back. So, I had got my agent, Jordan Bird with Exclusive Sports, because when I got hurt, I had beat a lot of agents. They had like fell off, like on some. I peeped their energy. Like they was telling me like, yeah, everything's going to be fine, standing there, but they ain't had that same love that they had. Like you feel me?
Yeah,
So
yeah. So once you got hurt, they kind of disappeared in the shadow a little bit and showed who
that
they really were, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But Jordan Bird, he kept it real from the jump. Told me he was going to fight for me, this and the third. So, uh, you know, I wasn't able to do any combine training. I wasn't able to do the combine. Wasn't able to do a pro day. Um, so those things kind of hurt me because even though during that time I wouldn't have been able to do a combine, I wouldn't have been able to do a physical. Like I mean, not physical, pro day, but they could have brought me and I could have got a physical. Could have seen how I was doing, how my leg worked, the stand third. It's like during that time I still couldn't. Like full out sprint, but like I could jog. You feel me? I could have nice movement in my leg, but not having nothing for it. And then with Corona messing that up too,
Oh
but
yeah.
without having anything for the scouts to like see how I've been, from being hurt, it was kind of difficult. So when draft time came around, I kind of like had already knew in the back of my head that it probably wasn't going to go as I had thought it would go my past 20 years of living, 21 years of living. But like I said, that's something I just had to realize was not gonna happen. And, trying to see the light in all types of situations, it was preparing, hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst
Oh
type
yeah,
of.
yeah.
So, when draft time came, each round was coming by, not hearing my name, not hearing my name. Like I said, I had already prepared myself for that to be the outcome. So it wasn't really too much of like a nothing for me. But I was keeping my hopes alive that I could probably get signed at least after the draft. So after the draft come, still not getting no call, no nothing from my agent. And it's basically on some like they don't want to sign you and you just basically just be able to only do rehab there.
Right, right.
And like with this where the season's going and they looking for players that can play and you coming off injury and standing third. But one thing about Jordan, he never stopped like pushing for me though. I always felt like he was pushing and trying to put me in the best position, you know. So like I said, this was like in the April. So yeah, in the April, like beginning of May. Still not hearing nothing from no teams, not getting no calls to my agent. So I'm like, forget it. I'm just about to keep working, getting my knee right, you know, everything I can do. I was just like, at this point, it's not in my hands no more. I can only do what I can do
Oh yeah.
to get the position that I want to be in. So I did that, and I worked out every day, grinded every day. Um, so yeah, that was from like the end of May to like September. I was really just working out every day, putting in the work. You know, I was doing DB field work from May up until like August. I stopped in August. It's August. I was like, you know, when around August came, I was like, that's when like camp has started for
Right.
teams. And I was like, all right, they probably not really looking for me right now just because they know I'm hurt and standing there. So I'm just chilling and DB work and I'm just go lift and just, you know, still get my body right. So you know, I wasn't doubting the fact that I couldn't get picked up by a team, but I was just at that time doubting that I would likely get picked up this year. You
Right.
know, I was like, this year probably not going to work. You know, I probably just going to train and get better for next pro day and then make my name for myself there. But I definitely doubted this year. I ain't gonna say I doubted my dream altogether, but like I said, that was from I had that mindset from about August through September. So mind you, through August and September, my agent will call me. He'd be like, "Yeah, certain teams interested in you. They would want to work you out. They're thinking about working you out. They would want to work you out, but then you feel me? I'm just hearing that like
Right.
a lot of people, a lot of teams pump faking. Like you gonna work me out, work me out. Like you feel me?
Right. Right.
Dude. So I'm not saying I don't believe him. It's just I don't believe these teams. You feel me? I ain't never not had faith in my agent, but it was just like these teams. I feel like they BSing right now. So I remember it was like literally the end of August, and my agent called me. He was like, "Yeah, the Washington football team said they want to bring you out." I'm in a little Fortnite game, so I'm just like, "All right, but yeah, that's cool, that's solid." Like, you feel me? Just getting them, not getting them out of there, but I'm like, I'm in the middle of my game right now. Like, I'm playing on Fortnite, and then I got a text from some number. They were like, "Yeah, we want to bring you out." It's like this is so and so from the Washington football team. We want to pick you up Friday. Is that there? And I look at my girl. I'm like, yeah, I just got uh, like sent out for a workout this weekend. She was like, "Oh my god, yeah, yeah." Like,
So they take you to what, like Ashburn, or where'd you work out?
yeah,
Okay.
that's how I'm right now. So they picked me up from Baltimore. So they sent me that text on Wednesday. Came to pick me up on Friday. So
Okay.
like I'm like, I gotta make sure I'm ready for this workout. So I text my trainer. I'm like, yo, you trying to work out tomorrow, which was Thursday? He like, yeah. So Thursday come, he put me through like this workout. Um, and like I am dead, like I'm gassed, like hardly breathe. I'm like, okay, I gotta get my conditioning up before I go out here and try to like, you feel me, prove myself. So that Friday morning, I woke up early before they came to pick me up. I had ran like 20 and 100-yard dashes, just trying to get my stamina up. And then I realized that they was only picking me up on Friday, but the workout wasn't even until Tuesday.
Oh
I just
wow.
had to be, I just had to be in a hotel from Friday to Tuesday on quarantine protocols.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so they picked me up on Friday. I get to the hotel. I start jogging on the treadmill, just trying to get my stamina right. Cause I already know my stamina is piss poor right now. Like I just witnessed it, like
Right. Right.
workout. Um, so yeah, I literally ran on the treadmill at least like 40 minutes a day, from Friday till Monday. I didn't, yeah, from Friday to Monday, just trying to get my stamina right. So yeah, we had corona tests on that Saturday, that Monday, and that Tuesday before the workout too. So on that Saturday, I mean on that Tuesday, We get picked up from the hotel. We get our corona test. We get sent back to the hotel with our loops for the workout. Then you get picked back up again. We put on our stuff for the workout. We go to the dome, and basically, strength coach comes out, warms us up. Then we break off into our positions. It was four of us total. It was me, another DB, a D lineman, and a linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah, me and the other DB we broke off with the DB coach, and he basically just sent us through like just regular drills, like back pedal, flip down the line, flip, flip, W drills. It was all simple stuff that like stuff I already knew I could do. Um, I killed the workout for sure. I definitely because that's another thing. I was nervous the whole weekend about the
I'm
workout.
sure. Shit,
It
that's
was
your
like,
that's your dream right there, man. Like you finally get the call. It's a team close to home. I don't know
yeah,
what
and
team
it
you
was
personally grew up liking. Because the Ravens were there the bulk of your life. But I know for me,
exactly.
I'm from Maryland, so
Yeah,
you would assume that I'd be an Eagle. I mean, a Redskin or football team or Ravens team
right.
fan. But nah, man, I'm a big Eagles fan. I had to jump on a different bandwagon from everybody in school. So, but for you, how was that? Getting a call from somebody so close to home.
Yeah, being called from somebody so close to home, like that was like unfamiliar because like you always like growing up, like people ask you like what teams you want to play for, this, that, and the third. And I would always say I really don't care. And like
Give
what?
me a
'Cause
jersey.
I
I'll play for anybody, right?
grew up being a Ravens fan, so everybody be like, "What would you do if you got picked to the Steelers?" I mean, honestly, I really wouldn't care. Like
Hell
I,
no.
I
That's
can go
I tease Darius all the time, man. I was like, look, man, as much as I dislike the Cowboys, I said, if you make it to the league and you get picked by the Cowboys, I said, I'll low key get me a Darius Miner jersey and I'll cheer for you on Sundays. I said, you just can't tell nobody.
right. So it really is crazy because like people be like, "What if you get like picked up out of Baltimore, Washington?" I just be like, "Yeah, that'd be crazy because I'd be so close to home." And like, I really am. I'm only like an hour and a half away from home, but because of Corona and stuff, I ain't never even been home yet since then. But it's good knowing that it's not that far away at all.
Oh yeah. So after the workout, did you is that when you got, signed, or was it a little while
After the,
thereafter?
it all happened the same day, but it was a lot of steps. So after the workout, one of the scouts, he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna drop y'all off back at the hotel. We're going to send you a text if either we want to give you a physical or if we're going to send you home
Okay.
like that."
So they straight
Oh,
straight to the point.
yeah. So I won't go back in the hotel room. I just play Fortnite or 2K to get my brain off of it. I don't think
Get your anxiety down,
yeah,
right?
badly. So then he sent me a text. He like, "Yeah, we're gonna pick you up in 30 minutes to get a physical." So I'm like, "Oh, all right, bet. At least they're not sending me straight home."
Yeah,
I
right.
They didn't tell me they want to sign me up, but they didn't tell me they didn't want to send me home. So at least
Step in the
that's
right
kind of cool.
direction.
That so they come to pick us up from the hotel and get our physical. I get my physical and everything. Then we're like, all right, so what happens next? And they're like, all right, now we're going to take y'all back to the hotel. And in about 40 minutes to an hour, we'll send you another text, let you know if we want to sign you or
Oh
if we
wow.
want to keep you as a shortlist, which is like basically if you were a shortlist player, you would still go home. But it's like if something happened, they can call you in and like you don't gotta work out or nothing. You
You
can
just gotta
just
be
sign
on call, basically.
exactly. So they was like, they're gonna sign you now, you put you on a shortlist player. I'm like, all right, bet. And then they say either we're gonna call you and tell you we're gonna sign you or your agent's gonna call you and tell you we're gonna sign you. So I'm like, all right. So then my agent called me like 40 minutes later when he said he gonna call me. I'm like, hello? He like, did they call you? They was like, no. I was like, no, they said you was gonna call me. He was like, oh, all right, no, I was just calling to make sure they called you because they said they want to sign you. They're just waiting for your heart stuff to come back. I'm like, all right, bet. Like that's all they're waiting for. I'm good then. So my heart stuff came back from my EKG and they said it was good, and they want to sign me the next day at 7 in the morning. So that Wednesday, literally the next day at 7 in the morning, I woke up, signed the contract, and I was practicing that Wednesday, and like it
So
was
hold on.
crazy.
So you tried out on Tuesday, signed on Wednesday at 7 in the morning, and was practicing Wednesday afternoon, or was it the
Yeah,
following
Wednesday morning, like that
right after
Wednesday
you
at like
signed?
11. Yeah,
Oh wow.
it was like that was my first time even being in football pass, doing anything competitive, doing football, like going up against somebody since I've been hurt. Like I had worked out and like done field work and stuff, but I never did anything competitive where I go against somebody. And my first rep was against Terry McLaurin, so it was like it's crazy going from not playing against anybody, just being in the crib working out and playing a video game to being out on the NFL practice field, going up against Terry McLaurin and you know sticking him. It's crazy.
And so just for folks that are going to be watching this, what exactly what do you do when you sign to the practice squad? What does that mean to a player?
Like, what do I do
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a practice squad player? Are you
yeah.
saying like what does it mean as a player to be signed to a practice squad?
No, no. Like, what do you physically do? Like, as a practice squad, do you? I mean, you don't suit up on Sundays, but you practice throughout the week with
Yeah,
the team, or
exactly. So literally, it's like if you play college football and when you watching this, it's basically like being paid to be a red shirt.
okay,
You come in, you do everything with the team. You do your team stretch with the team. You do indie with everybody that's in your position. So like I be doing indie with all the top DBs with the Washington football team. Um, you do walkthroughs. When you go to walkthrough, you're gonna be the scout that gives the looks for the defense. Um, then yeah, after indie and the walkthrough, then we go into basically it'd be all team periods. And you got the first team defense going against the practice team offense, and the first team offense going against practice team defense. Then they
okay,
just switch off depending on how many plays. When the first team offense go out there, that's when I'm out there with a practice team defense. And they just give us a card, depending on the position that we in. I'm either at nickel or corner. They just give us a card telling us what to do, based on what the team that we went against does that week, what their defense does, and we just act as their corners. And yeah, like it's really it. It's
okay,
made to be a red shirt. We get our own list. We lift 4 times a week. I think the active players only got to lift 2 or 3 times a week. But yeah, we lift 4 times a week on the practice squad. But it's not even like that, like strenuous on the body or nothing like that. Like, it's all cool. It's all cool.
no, man, that's huge, man. I appreciate you kind of walking through that process. Because I'm sure some people got questions on what that really means, right? Because obviously after the
You
draft,
still go to all the meetings. Yeah, you still gotta go to all the meetings, special teams meetings, all the meetings, team meetings, position meetings. You still gotta go to all that type stuff, and you better be awake for it too.
okay,
Uh, so it's literally just like being. It's not like no different than being on the team. Like I said, like it's not like it's a separate team, like the practice squad and the regular team. Like it's all one team. It just you just don't travel when it's time for game day.
I was say you say
But
you
yeah,
don't travel. That was gonna be my next question. You don't
yeah,
typically
only
travel with
because
the
of
team?
Corona right now. Only because of Corona right now. Usually the practice squad do travel, but
Okay.
Corona doing and stuff like that.
So
That's the only thing.
so like on game, like for instance today's game day, you weren't at the stadium. You were.
No, I would have been if Corona didn't
Yeah.
like wasn't a factor. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
But right now,
That's got everything messed up, man. I'm ready for life to get back to normal, man. I had this.
yeah, yeah.
I had December 31st. Marked on the calendar. That was a big day, man. That was obviously JMU Maine at James Madison, right down the street from me, and that was the one game Darius was looking forward to the most out of his 4 years. Because that was basically playing at home against a very heavily recruited program that was going after him.
All
So
right,
we were looking forward to that, but
that's
things
easy.
happen for a
Yeah,
reason.
Definitely rest easy, Darius, man.
Yeah, so, um, I won't take up much more of your time. I'll just, if you don't mind, end it with this. If you got any words of advice or encouragement, or anything that you've learned throughout your path, what would you share with the young ones that's looking to come up and pursue their dreams? Because everybody's had a different story thus far. Obviously, yours has been much different than everybody else, which I think is great because everybody's story can impact somebody differently or inspire somebody differently, right? And
Right,
I hope when people watch this video and hear your story, maybe they can see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Because maybe they have big D1 hopes, or maybe they hope that they can go to an Alabama or a Clemson. But at the end of the day, man, if they got offers from like you said, Maine or Dartmouth or Campbell or just any other smaller type programs, there's still a path. You just got to be willing to put in the work and get there. So what advice would you lend, to the young ones?
man. I just say stay patient out here, and you know, one thing, even with just a game of football and with life in general, you just gotta be patient. Even when times come and you don't even believe in yourself and you don't believe in God's plan for you, and you don't think nothing going right, and you just feel like it's all falling, in front of you. You don't feel like it's nothing you can do. I just say just be patient. You know, don't worry about things you can't control. Like literally just do everything that you can control. Like if a coach hating on you, or you feel like a coach isn't showing you no love, you can't control that. You just gotta keep doing what you're doing, put in the work, and just grind it out. And the right person gonna see the work ethic at the end of the day.
Sure.
You gotta continue to put in the work and not settle. That's another thing I would say is don't settle, but also take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you. Like when I say don't settle, that don't mean like just flip off any opportunity. Like pay deep attention and like do some background research of these different schools that offer you, and they may not be top FBS teams and none of that, but they could probably put you in the right position if you do your right research and figure out what players from this conference has gone to the league and what position, and just do your research. It's going you're going to find a benefit in it. But like I said, at the end of the day, still don't settle. Still reach for your goals and what you want to do. And like I said, man, just be patient. Everything going to unravel. You just gotta do what you do and do your part of everything.
Nah, man, that's well said, man. I definitely appreciate it. So, like I said, I appreciate you coming on, sharing your story, taking the time out of your day. Obviously, you got a busy schedule, especially with the season, in full swing. So, thank you again. I wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully, we'll get to see you suit up. I might have to low key, cheer for the Washington football team, right? I got to show you some love. So, I appreciate it, and we'll be in touch, my man.
Alrighty, man. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, for sure. Talk to you later.
All right, see you.